Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Yeah, it's the day after yesterday. One of those games. I'm sure there's lots of frustration reading social media today. It's just I can understand the frustration, I really can, but some of it is you look at and read it and just think, "Oh my lord." But anyway, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Even if it's a whinging and whining one. But hey, we've got to critique yesterday's performance, and yeah, that's what you guys are here for. It's your player ratings for yesterday, and think of this channel right now for the next 45 minutes or an hour as a sounding board. And if you've got things to say it, but say it in the right way. Don't just come on whinging and whining and certainly not swearing. Otherwise, you'll be removed from the channel. So let's see who is on. Wow, we've got a load on. That's not a surprise, by the way. Kamal Dwyer says yesterday still hurts. Yeah. Mingy Wong, one bad result doesn't mean the confidence is low. Pep is always experimenting new things. So just keep the faith and believe in him. Well, I certainly believe in him without a shadow of a doubt. But it was a derby at the end of the day. Blue Moon 2020, one bad result, really? I think we've had, let's face it, we've had 7 defeats so far. So it's not been a fantastic season in the Premier League, but we've got the Community Shield, we've got the Carabao Cup in the bag already. So we've got 2. We've got Newcastle away in the FA Cup, and we've got Madrid still to bring back to our place with a 2-1 lead. So it's not, it's not dire. It's just compared to last season in particular. We haven't been great this year in the league, but I think there's been reasons behind that, and whether we'll talk about that today, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll talk about it at the end of the season. But please keep your comments coming. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, and make sure you know your settings are set to private. Kamal Dwyer, I definitely think Zinchenko knows he's gone in the summer after that performance. We'll maybe talk about Zinchenko when we come to the player ratings. Armatra, Liverpool rules. Yeah. Ruling the Premier League. You haven't won it for 30 years. That's the only thing you're ruling at the moment. Other than that, not a lot else. Kamal Dwyer, Bruno did nothing except dive and win a free kick. Yeah, he did. Scott Williams, yes, one bad result out of 7. Mingy Wong. And within the scheme of things, not that important. But it was the manner of the performance. No heart, no passion, and 0 desire, says Scott Williams. Kamal, the stick I've been getting from United fans is unbearable. Well, listen, you have to suck it up, mate. You're getting. I know you're only a young lad. Remember, in your lifetime supporting City, pretty much most of the time, that was our first defeat at Old Trafford for a significant period of time. When I was your age, there was nothing. We had the 5-1 at Main Road in '89. Apart from that, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was weak. A draw was like an amazing performance. Hence why you've seen United fans celebrating yesterday like, they won a trophy or something. That's a role reversal. So you just have to suck it up. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing compared to where older fans of City were for decades without a victory. Kiam, Blue Moon, you saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Love that. Well done, mate. Kamal Dwyer, 7 losses this season. I have no clue what's going up wrong this season, because surely it's not just a centre-back position. Mingy Wong, at least we could have had balls to show up in a big game. From yesterday, the players didn't look bothered. Look at body language. Ryan Corey, is there any way we cannot play Zinchenko against Madrid? Kamal Dwyer, people giving Edison stick need to give their head a wobble. This was his first bad game at City, and he, unlike other players, has credit in the bank. That's a fair point. Also, all afternoon. Ryan Zafar Khan, man, shitty. Oh, well, there you go. I said about. I'll put you in a timeout. We'll remove you. Just be careful with your language, because and to be fair, it's not original. If you're going to come on, at least say something original, mate. Derby days are like that. Form counts for nothing. We move on, says John Grogan. Spot on, mate. Lankow, everyone gets a 0.5 and Edison gets a 0. Oh, wow. Sorry, massive jump then. There are so many people on. I do apologise. Let me just get back to where it was. Kamado, I'd be seriously looking at getting rid of Zinchenko and Cancelo. Ryan Corey, Edison will get stick because he deserves stick. He gave them 2 goals yesterday. Totally agree with that. You have to say it as it is. Edison gets a -10. Or is that a 10? I'm not sure. Kamal Dwyer, Cancelo, I don't get. He's actually useless. Can't defend and can't attack. Where's the Danilo haters now? Ayub, Nihili, all of them. 1. Kamal Dwyer, Ryan, yeah, he didn't play well, but the abuse he's getting is uncalled for. Mingyu Wong, how are you feeling, Nadia? I'm good, mate. I'm all right. Listen, as much as it hurts yesterday because it was a derby, it's certainly nowhere near what I've witnessed over the last, 8 years, 9 years, compared to what I grew up with. So I'm taking it from a different angle. Yes, it was disappointing. And this season in the Premier League has not been great. It hasn't. It's not been great on reflection compared to the previous 2 seasons, but I'm certainly not going to go overboard with it. Any other player will get that abuse. Kamal, bravo, especially, says Ryan. Kian, we are City Super City from Main Road. Kian likes his songs. Jack Lee, tough to take, but we've had much worse, absolutely. Kamal Dwyer, the worst thing about yesterday was the lack of fight. He also goes on to say Bernardo's comments were spot on, but Pep saying we played well is a lie. Martin's on. Hello, Martin. Afternoon Blues. I hope you all enjoy watch along. Sorry if I got too emotional. Hey, it's a derby day. It's emotional. That's what a watch along's supposed to be. Tom Hudson's on. How are you, buddy? All the players deserve under a 5. Ryan Corey, a couple of players seem to be questioning Pep after this game. Bernardo and Zinchenko's comments are worrying about their opinion on Pep and his tactic. Not sure. I've never read one thing, Ryan. That's a little bit artistic license on the whole event. I didn't hear Zinchenko or Bernardo say anything about Pep's tactics or anything about Pep. They clearly said on their interviews that they thought the performance by the players was unacceptable. Nobody questioned. I will post a link to something where Bernardo's questioned Pep in his tactics and Zinchenko has. So, a little bit of stirring there, Ryan. Tom Hudson, hi, anyway, Blues, hope you're all well. Zinchenko, don't get me started, is still too raw. Dale Brennan, relax, City, bigger fish to fry this season. Bring on Madrid, but we did miss David Silva and KDB. It was a huge win for United and their fans. How times have changed, we will just move on. No biggie. Totally with that, Dale. No problem, Martin. Hope you're okay. Hello. How are you doing, Ocean Rage? Martin, I've had stick from rags for years and years and years. Today was like the old days. Well, sometimes it brings you back down to earth a bit, doesn't it, after all the success we've had. We are sick of winning there anyway. Shadow Rundown, the Premier League is already gone. It would hurt more if we lost the second leg. I would totally back that comment 100%, Shadow, without a shadow of a doubt. I'll happily lose to United if we were to beat Madrid and go through. But after losing to United, if we were to go out against Madrid, that would be extremely disappointing. I got a video in the darts group chat of Brett at the game yesterday. I see him in a few hours, so that'll be fun. Had a pretty level conversation. Don't know who Brett is. Phyllis Ivers on. Good evening, peasants. Manchester remains blue. A red double means something new these days. It does. Lankow almost didn't go to work today because of how many United fans there. It's just about managed to get through it by distracting them by mentioning the 99 treble season and left the room. Good tactic, mate. Hang on. So Bravo can get all the stick, but Ellison has a poor season overall. And it's okay. It's just a blake. Wow. Give heads a wobble. Let's be consistent here. Yeah. When everyone was giving Bravo stick for the last couple of seasons, I've been sticking up for him religiously on here. So if Edison has such a poor game as he does, he deserves the stick. It's about being objective. We do game by game, and if a player, like we had the whole Mahrez thing, Mahrez has a good game. He gets good critique from City fans. If he doesn't, just like any other player, Ederson, whoever it is, they deserve critiquing properly. And Ederson had a very poor game. Reckon Gaming, we were dominating until that stupid referee mistake which caused the goal, which Aguero was marking Martial. Yes, but still, the marking was poor, and let's face it, Ederson should have saved it easily. My mate Stormy has retracted a message. Martin, guys, remember the days when Bury beat us at home? That was our derby. Remember that? Yeah. Blooming 2020, I remember the days when beating Man United was the highlight of the season. Of course it was. And there weren't many. There weren't many. What did Bernardo say about Pep? I've no idea. I've never heard anything about Bernardo saying anything about Pep. Haunted Radio, you just had possession, didn't create any chances. By the way, just saw a few people paint Manchester red. Glad you said few, because that's how many there are. Kamal Dwyer, when Mahrez did come on, he did change the game. Just a shame he didn't come on earlier. I'm not sure he changed the game. He put that cross across, but that was about it. My mate Stormy Zinchenko isn't a left-back. Fernandinho isn't a centre-back. Foden isn't a right winger. And Sterling isn't a left winger. Good point. Chris Baker, how are you, buddy? Good afternoon. Hello, Chris, says Ocean Rage. Ooh. How about getting excited for the full members? Ryan Corrie, football is not only possession, it's also targets. You have to score, create chances and play with more pressing in front. Possession is good for the build-up, but you have to create targets as well. Yeah, you do. Hey, Ocean and Mingy Wong, says Chris. Ryan Corrie, I read that as being about Pep and his tactics from Zinchenko. First I've read about, I've not seen any of that. Afternoon, Christopher, the Villa fan. Chunna Thacker, what about Sane? What about him, mate? So he's a Villa fan. Ederson only one bad game. Bravo had a whole bad season. No, disagree with that. All I'm saying is that people call for Ederson to be dropped. Delusional? Yeah. If you're now turning around and saying he should be dropped after a game, you are delusional. Hey up, Martin. Watch us beat Leicester. Ryan Corrie dominating. They were on top of us till Mahrez came on. Stats don't really show that though, Ryan. 28% possession. Peter Curry, don't really understand why we let Angelino go. Zinchenko isn't a left back. Angelino's not a great left back, if I'm being honest, Peter Curry. Bernardo only said we had a bad game. He did. Thank you, Peter Curry. Spot on. Kamal Dwyer, how Sterling didn't score that goal yesterday is beyond me. Either Pep giving Jose style after-match denial interviews, not impressed, says how it is. It was crap. We got outworked by an average side. We did. These new City fans don't know how lucky they are. Yes, unfortunately. Martin, you had to be at Wembley with us to understand the Chris Baker, the Villa fan. I don't know. I was at Wembley with you. I don't understand the Chris Baker Villa fan thing. I don't know. Let me know. Let us in on that secret. I don't know, Martin. I was there with you, but I don't understand what the Villa thing is. Maybe Chris can explain. So you are so hilarious, Martin. Or maybe Mingyi Wong was in on it as well. Maybe I wasn't there. We had way more attempts on goal. Mate, possession sometimes doesn't mean anything. Exactly, either getting bored of the drivel. We played a good game, blah, blah, blah. Ryan, you say 28 possession, Andy, but just said a minute ago when I put football is not only possession, it's also targets. You had to score, create and play with more possession pressing in front. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. That wasn't to you. I was talking to somebody else about possession. 28% possession United had. Yeah, and if you look, and to be fair, what they did with it, yeah, you're right. What they did with their 28% possession, when you look at the statistics on shots that they had and shots on target compared to ours, yeah, you're right. We have to do something. And that's something that we haven't really been doing very well of late. We know that. With what he was wearing, oh, right, okay, sorry, I get you. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, Chris's clobber, looking like a Villa fan at Wembley. Kamal Dwyer, Pep always said we played well after a game. Doesn't matter if we win 5-0 or lose. He's always going to defend the players. Said when the lineup came out, we were playing right into their only tactic. You were half asleep. I was half asleep. I do apologise. My fault. Gary was... Sorry, yeah, Gary. Yeah, Tom Hudson's on. Gary Hudson's on. And I know a pilot called Gary Hudson. Shadow Rundown. I'm honestly praying that Zinchenko doesn't start for Madrid. Well, I don't know who else is going to start. Maybe Cancelo because Mendy is suspended. Ocean Rage. They had 200 passes only. Edison usually has more. Lankow United took advantage of the wrongly given set piece yesterday, same as we did in the Carabao Cup final last week. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. Okay, 28% means nothing when you do nothing with it. United were all over us for 60 minutes of the game. Disagree with that. Disagree, they were all over 60% of the game, mate. I have no idea what you're talking about there. They had 10-minute spells where they did well. Was Andy half asleep at Wembley? I was definitely half asleep. Andy was life and soul at Wembley, as you can see. No, I wasn't. I definitely wasn't. Foden looked so much better when he came into midfield. Why does Pep always persist with it? I think he was trying to just spread the play and get their fullbacks wide. It didn't work, but at the end of the day, everyone let's not forget, prior to the Madrid game, everyone was moaning. Everyone's an expert. Everyone is, oh, look at that team lineup. Oh my God, we beat Madrid away 2-1. Everyone's in love with Pep. It's a tactical masterclass. Nobody was slagging him off. But when we lose, everyone slags him off for trying something. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing how everyone becomes an expert after a loss, but don't say anything when they've moaned when they've seen the lineup before the Madrid game, moaning and moaning and moaning. Oh, God, blah, blah, blah. But then we win and, there's nothing. You don't hear anything from it. Nobody comes out and says, yeah, I got it wrong. Yeah, like they're a football manager. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. I remember watching Oldham Athletic and City years ago. It was absolutely sheeting down. That was our big derby game. I was actually nervous before the game until saw your back four. Tom Hudson Andy was jet lagged and knackered at Wembley, poor lad. I'd had 2 hours sleep in 48 hours. Bakary Jammy, Pepe's Ole's bitch. Okay. I'm not even Bakary. I'm not even going to bother putting you in a timeout, mate. Just a waste of your time coming on here because, you've gone. Martin, speaking of Oldham, wish them all the best and hope they can pull out of this. All the best to them. Peter Curry, think we dodged the bullet with Maguire. All he done was hoof the ball out of play when he had possession. He did. And that's all he's done, really. And a lot of the times he's been poor this season. Yes, Peter, I agree. I wanted Maguire, and now I'm glad we didn't, to be honest. Mingy Wong, it shows Maguire was an 80 million rated defender, I guess. However, the problem Pep faces is Zinni and Bernardo both contradict everything Pep said after the game. Bernardo is 100% honest, but it does conflict with Pep's take on the game. Will to be a fly on the wall? Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, I'll be honest, but I can't imagine Pep going in there going, well done, guys, you played really well. There's no way in a million years Pep would have done that. No way. He would have gone absolutely mental at the players. But he'll defend the players to the media. Now, that's the only thing I can suggest is why he does it. Now, whether he's gone back in afterwards and said to Zinchenko, if Zinchenko said something, or Bernardo saying that and saying, "Come on, guys, toe the party line," who knows? Yeah, Andy, when Pep gets it right, I will praise him, but when he gets it wrong, he needs to know. Yeah, absolutely. There's no problem with that. But people slagging him off, oh God, here we go, before the Madrid game, then go absolutely silent afterwards when he puts on a masterclass. That's what I don't get. But they're all experts after the result when it goes with what they said. Nobody comes out and goes, I apologise, I got it wrong. They just wait for oh yes, see, I told you so. That's the type of social media society we have these days. What did you think of the VAR rule in Sergio's goal? Well, did it rule it? I don't even think there was anything John Grogan was. That was the problem. A lino's not supposed to not put the flag up if it's very, very tight. Isn't that that's the general consensus of the way this season has gone? Don't put your flag up if it's very, very tight. Let it play through, and then we'll review it with VAR. Why put your flag up, and then why all the United players suddenly stop? Sergio continues and scores. There was no VAR review that I know of. They've shown you something later on. There didn't seem to be any VAR review that we saw on the telly or anything like that. It was bizarre. Pep tries different things and not all of them work. He'll do something different with the Arsenal game and we'll question him after seeing the lineups and then we'll dominate the game. Let's hope so. Sorry, a big jump again. Sanjay, Manchester is blue all the way. Sell. Mingy Wong, what time are you at the Arsenal game? I'm not going to be there now. I'm working. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow and Wednesday. So Martin is going to be there. Maybe Martin will say what time he's going to be there. So unfortunately, I can't because I'm not here. So I won't be around tomorrow. But hopefully Martin will be around for maybe a quick live vlog tomorrow. We are going to put out a pre-match video with the Arsenal Fan TV's Young Guns. So with Babs. So I'm doing that later. So that'll be out for tomorrow. So you can see me and Babs chatting about the Arsenal game on the goal kun, not offside. Didn't look it, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, they should have had a penalty. I mean, it was a penalty. In the City documentary, Pep said he will always defend the players. In the press conference, yeah, he did. We won at Madrid, but it was still the wrong team and tactics for 2/3 of the game. Okay, Ryan. Ryan, you need to go and do some football management then, because you seem to know more than Pep. I will be there around 6:30 as work, but we'll be around 6:30 at the Blue Moon Cafe. There you go. Aguero goal was onside. The referee bottled it. They reviewed it anyway, and it was offside. I can see the Arsenal game being empty. Yeah, so can I. There's loads of tickets still available if you want one. I understand the defending players in public, Andy, but he made himself look a tit. He still picked a side, capable of beating the Rags, but the players did not perform. Players take the blame for me. I agree with you. And as for, I understand defending the players in public, Andy, yeah, so do I, but he made himself look a tit. Yeah, I think the players made him look a tit. And maybe he needs to have a word with the players to say, toe the party line. We don't throw ourselves under the bus. Or he allows them, maybe he just allows them to say whatever. And I agree with you in the post-match press conference, he's saying one thing, and you've got Bernardo in particular saying something different. So, oh God, Dippers are on. Dippers are out in force again. Here he comes. Murtaza, probably never seen a game in his life, but he's on. He thinks it's funny. But thanks for coming on, giving us a click. Kamal Dwyer, thoughts on Otamendi's performance? Going to do the play ratings, mate. Blue Moon 2020, they did review the goal by Sergio. Still looks onside to me. It did to me. 40 Ford, I think Bravo will start these next 2 league games. Pep doesn't like errors, so goodbye Edison for a week. Wow. You reckon? Social media out. Expectations, unfair expectations on people. It give us people confidence to destroy the people's confidence. It does. Cal, Blundell. Tom Hudson, you at Arsenal on Wednesday, Andy? No, mate. I've just said I'm working. I'm going to East Midlands tomorrow, so I'm not here. I will be back. I'm trying to get, depends on what time I finish, I don't know. But I will try and get back on Wednesday at a reasonable time. If I can get home for around about 7:30, I might jump on and do a live watch along, but I can't promise. It all depends on traffic and everything else. So I don't want to promise that I'll do a watch along and then I'm not back until 8:30 or something like that. So, but Martin's just put there, he's there. So go over and see Martin, Tom. Going to be some low ratings today. Yeah, maybe they will be. I'll come out and see you there. Usual spot. Reggie's still a class above the Rags easily. The players down tooling the league. Maybe. Okay, Martin, I'll get you before and after, mate. Haunted Radio, you're probably going to win the league next season since you aren't playing Champions League football next season. You know what? The chances of us not playing Champions League next season are so slim that you're gonna be very disappointed, mate. Offside. Oh well, yeah. Haunted Radio. I'll give you. Okay. Are you a rag or are you a dipper? I can't work out by that. Looks like some sort of comic book avatar. I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're about 15, 16, so maybe I shouldn't ask that question to you. Offside is the one thing VAR gets right every time. People should stop complaining. Ref was crap all game and after gave free kick. Nice one, Tom. Sorry, Gary. Don't worry. Don't know why Liverpool fans are laughing. Wasn't we 19 points above them a few seasons ago? I know. The nightmare scenario, the Dippers winning the Premier League at City. Yeah, ain't going to happen. They're going to win it behind closed doors if they even continue to play the end of the Premier League games. We'll see. They've said today they are going to. Things are changing on a daily basis. Don't be surprised by the end of the week if things start going empty stadiums, no fans, behind closed doors. And if it continues at the rate it's going, no games at all. Then there's no way company would have allowed that performance yesterday. Be back in 10 minutes, guys. Got to say hello to the missus and kids. Yes, thank you to Martin. Had to get the name right. It's Gary now. Pep lineup wrong in his formation too. Forget VAR. Forget VAR. Forget start City got what deserved. Nothing. Simple as agree. City without KDBs like Barcelona without Messi. David Johnson, Ederson had a bad game. Get over it. Anyway, up the Blues, win or lose, up the Citizens, absolutely. 44, Martin, if you were high up at City, would you accept 100 million plus offer for Sterling this summer? 100 million for Sterling? I'd want double that. Kamal Dwyer, company is in the past, move on because that is no longer relevant. Andy, sorry. Don't know what that means. Hard truth. It's Mike Dean. Did you really expect him to have a good game? It's great to be a Blue, win, lose, or draw. Heard Boris Johnson is speaking with sporting bodies about football and things today. Yeah, it's going ahead at the moment. They're sticking with what they're currently doing. So games are not going to be cancelled. It's not going to be behind closed doors at this moment in time. But like I said, these Cobra meetings are going to be set for every day or two. And now, again, with more reports now of another death and another 46 people today apparently contracting coronavirus. Things are changing on a daily basis. And with the fact that it's surprising that in Paris, they've cancelled the games and cancelled sporting events and things like that. It's surprising as it stands at the moment that the UK are not doing that as well. So we'll just keep a close eye on it. It's one of those things. However, the whole point is that we didn't replace company that damaged our season. Cal Blundell, Sterling is world class. He's just going through a rough patch. Nothing with him. Still quality player. You don't want to become a selling club if you sell Sterling. I agree with that comment. Outrage, folk can talk it up or down how they choose. The truth is, we were crap and the Rags were a little better and worked harder. Yeah, it is. You've got to take that as it is. We weren't great yesterday. We had lots of possession. We didn't do a great deal with it. We didn't work hard enough and we made two very sloppy mistakes. So we have to just take it on the chin. Would be love to see Sancho in United red next season. Yeah, it would be. You're not a buying club, though, are you? No, I forgot about that. You don't spend any money. Mingy Wong, was there no trains from London to Manchester last night? Well, they said they were cancelled, but I did see somebody posted saying they were on a Euston train. Imagine Liverpool lifting the Premier League trophy behind closed doors. There'll be no famous atmosphere. Blue Moon 2020, not into this get over it attitude by City fans concerning Ederson's display. He was poor, and as true blue, am I right to have a moan? Yeah, absolutely. Of course you are. I thought he was poor. I thought he was really poor yesterday. Nothing we can do about it, but we're going to critique the players now on the player ratings, and you have a right to, like every City fan does, say what you feel. Absolutely. We have to get over yesterday's defeat. There's not a lot we can do about it because we've got Arsenal coming up in 2 days' time. So, yeah, absolutely. If you want to moan, have a moan all you like. But at the end of the day, it was a bad performance. We just have to critique it honestly for the game that was played yesterday rather than a whole season. How many deaths is it going to take to make the games behind closed doors? Don't know. Since Gomez threw Sterling across the canteen table, it's not been the same. It's not even that bad. Media have made this virus seem overturned. You have no idea, Ryan. You don't even go overseas. So, mate, if you go overseas and you know what's going on, there you go. Trust me, I do. Tom Hudson, I agree with you. Blue Moon 2020, 100%. Kamal Dwyer, Rodri and Gundogan together in the Premier League doesn't work. And that's been said on so many occasions. I agree, Blue Moon 2020, based on P. Bias towards Bravo. Cal is like Otamendi, people making out he's bad. He was your best defender 2 seasons ago and definitely in top 4 defenders in the league last year. Put some respect on his name. You're talking about, Otamendi. Yeah, I've tried to support Otamendi. One of those I said he's normally a 7 out of 10 most games. Sometimes there's a rick in him. He got away with a rick yesterday. Can't imagine Liverpool playing at Anfield without You Never Walk Alone ringing around the ground. Why are City fans all over Ederson? De Gea has been making mistakes, but that at the end of the day Both our class keepers. Yeah, I think people are just, Haunted Radio, I think people are just saying because it's a player ratings video, we critique the performance of yesterday. Not about the whole season. We're talking solely about yesterday's player ratings. And let's face it, he had a poor game. I spoke to my pal Steve after the game. He was in the Waldorf in Manchester, and sadly it was full of United and City fans all getting along fine and dandy. Manchester is changing. That wouldn't have happened, would it, 20, 30 years ago? Now, if that was Bravo making the mistakes, they will be going, yeah, it isn't. We're going to talk about Edison. Gary Dineen, good afternoon, Andy. How are you? How are you doing, Gary? I hope you're well. Ryan, people all over Edison because he lost us the game with 2 mistakes. He did. Exactly, David. Calvin, Andy, would you have Gundogan with anyone? God, tough decision. Yeah, I think he's good in Europe. I do think Gundogan's good in Europe. I think I'd have Gundogan holding if there was no Fernandinho holding or Rodri holding. As long as there's legs ahead of him, that's the problem. But I've always said it, you put Gundogan with David Silva and Rodri, or you put Gundogan, I've said it last year and the year before, you put Gundogan with David Silva and Fernandinho. There's little legs in midfield. There's not a lot of legs. And that's our problem. I think it might work in Europe, but not in the Premier League, and definitely not in a derby. Andy, England are red. You'll never walk alone. But Liverpool aren't in England, are they? Thought you your own nation. God, she's unbelievable. Exactly. Bravo won his Carabao Cup world class save. Edison has been great all season. Blue Moon, yeah, I'm talking about yesterday's game concerning Edison. Hi, Andy. Blues Mark Blue. How are you? Hey, Mark. Says Chris Baker. Right, should we get on with it because we're just going round in circles here. We got tons and tons of people on. So we've got to start with him. Here we go. So the first one we're going to critique, I'm dreading this, is Edison. And remember, these are the scores that come up are your scores. They're not my score. I will try and do an average of everybody's score. So give us your thoughts. Shot Cora Gundo is our best Champions League midfielder by some distance. Yeah, I agree. I think he worked. I think in Europe he plays really well. Samir says Pep must play defence with 3 defenders. Well, he doesn't need to do that. He never did that last season and the season before. So, except for 1 or 2 games against Liverpool, rarely played 3 at the back. And we smashed every record going with 198 points over 2 seasons and won every domestic trophy last season. So it's a bit of a... now all of a sudden, after a few defeats, we must play this system. We must play that. Trust in Pep. Daniel Turner says, Manchester is blue. It is. Chris Baker gives Edison a 3. Mingy Wong a 4. Find it difficult to get motivated for the Arsenal game. Are the players feeling the same until the Madrid? Who knows? Blue Moon 2020 -10. That's certainly Blue Moon 20. That's not going to affect the scores. So unfortunately, we're not going to add that one, mate. Kamal Dwyer a 4.5. Yemeni, is that a 3 or a -3? You can't give minuses, mate. Shadow Rundown a 4. Jack Lee a 3. Sammy, you can't give minuses, mate. Harry Perfect a 5. Ryan Curry 3, made 3 or 4 saves, but gave them 2 goals almost a third. Peter Curry a 3. Scott Williams a 3. Worst game in a City shirt. Wankow 4.5. Could have lost by more. Mark the Blue 3.5. Fordy a 2. David Johnson a 3. Mervyn Thomas a 5. Edison 6. Not his best day, but would not swap him with anyone. England is red and blue up the Palace. Ellison, don't know who Ellison is. You mean Edison, mate, was lazy, a 2. Dudley Lewis, a 3.5. Ayub, a 5. What about Skriniar? We're not talking about Skriniar, mate. This is player ratings video. Keep up, buddy. I'll come back on a vlog another time. Carl Blundell, a 6. Daniel Turner, I was joking. There's more City fans watching this than in Manchester. Okay. If you're going to come on. At least... be funny. God, that's embarrassing that you had to explain yourself. Shadow Rundown. Edison playing so bad he can have 2 weeks of, instead of playing for Brazil, he can have 2 weeks off instead of playing for Brazil. Okay, a very generous one. Tom Hudson a 2. Ogre Ryan Curry, oh yeah, happy Aguero Day, everyone. 93-20. Very good, Ryan. Carl Blundell, I would say Edison, worst game was the UEFA Champions League against Liverpool. Yusuf gives him a 3. People actually rating him a 6. Wow. Tom, just thought I would be positive. Wow, okay. God. This is... Never thought I'd ever put this for Edison. God. Edison gets, and this is very hard. Edison gets a 3.5. What did Stu Brennan? Poor attempt to save Martial's effort and handed the Reds a second. God, even Stu Brennan gave him a 3. Wow, that is... I didn't think I'd ever give Edison a 3, but hey, it is what it is. Right, moving over to our right back for yesterday, which was Joao Cancelo. So, what were your thoughts on Cancelo yesterday? He still has more clean sheets than De Gea this season, 9-8. Yeah. How can we lose against this Man United side? But Edison is third best goalkeeper in the league. Pickford the worst. Pickford ain't great, I'll be honest with you. So, Joao Cancelo, what are your thoughts? Shadow Rundown gives Cancelo a 4. Fair enough, Cal just wanted more from him. Chris Baker gave Cancelo a 6. It's a bit more generous. Lankow gives Cancelo a 4. Kamal Dwyer 3, did nothing. Samir weak 3. Ayub gives him a 4. Peter Curry a 6. Bring back Keith McRae. Yusuf, Cancelo a 5. Jack Lee a 4. Kian a 4. Chunu gives him a 3. Mark the Blue a 4. Ryan Curry 5. Made really good pass to Mahrez, and that's it. Haunted Radio, as the United fan, I would give Cancelo a 10. Mervyn Thomas 5.5. Dudley Lewis 4. Chunu a 3. Cancelo doesn't even deserve a rating. I'll give him a 1, and that's being generous from Tom Hudson. 44-5, he played at least. That's it. Phyllis Cancelo was not the worst player out there. 6 average. Ray J, we've done Eddie. Scott Williams 4, still a waste of money. How Walker wasn't playing baffles me. At least Walker knows what it means. Bodat a 2. Can't stand the guy. He doesn't even want to be here, says Tom. Wow. Blue Moon 2020 a 5. What does Stu Brennan give him? Aggressive and attack-minded throughout. His pace was important on more than one defensive occasion and gave him a 7. Jesus Christ. A 7? Bloody hell. I don't know what Stu Brennan was watching. That's above average. If we sort of say 6 is an average, it gives him a 7. So he had a really decent game. Wow. Ivor says, Mingy Wonga 5. Ivor says, I could pick 7 or 8 outfield players that made 5+ mistakes in the game. Edison is in net and does not get away with it. Remember to be as hard on those outfield players too. After me defending Cancelo a 10. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's add this up. A 7, is he on drugs? I have no idea. But that's very strange. So a couple of 6s on here, a couple of 5s, 4s and 3s. So Cancelo gets a 5. A 5, just to round up. It could have been a 5.5, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Right, moving on to the next one. And that is Fernandinho. What were your thoughts on Fernandinho yesterday? How can we lose against this Man United side? Do you keep repeating yourself, Chunu? Walker was not playing because he was not selected. Why should that affect Cancelo's rating? Yeah, I totally agree. He was nowhere near the worst on the pitch. I don't think he was the worst. No, I agree. I don't think he was anywhere near the worst on the pitch. I thought there were several players that were far worse. Might not give him a 7 though, like Stu Brennan, but I would have given him a 5 or a 6 there or thereabouts. Didn't think he did anything major and didn't do anything majorly wrong. I'll have a pint of what he's drinking. Yeah, Fernandinho, Yusuf gives him a 6. Dino looked tired. Didn't didn't really look composed. A 4. Mingy 1 gives him a 6. Chris Baker a 5.5. Kiam a 6. Aaron Booth 6 for me. Mervyn Thomas a 6. Carbondale, doesn't matter about the quality, it's about passion. Heart City had none. Man United wanted it and they fought for the ball. Fernandinho 6. If he wasn't in defence, heaven knows what the score would have been. 7 had no help from the fullbacks. Says Shadow. Mark the Blue a 6. Ryan 7. Best of the Sterling 11. Oh, the starting 11. Sorry. 2 mistakes out, but 5 good bits of defending. Peter Curry 6. Scott Williams 5. They isolated Otamendi. Cablandella 7. Blue Moon a 6. 45.5. Best defender on the field. That's not saying much. Jack Lee a 6. Bodak gives him a 6. He was, but he's not a centre back. Dudley Lewis 6.5. Manchester Blue 2007 a 6. Tom Hudson, John Stones, man. Stop it, Tom. Glancow 5.5. Chunu a 4.5. Ivor Dino average, made 3 or 4 really poor decisions. Still lets the ball bounce. Why? He gets a 6. Ayub a 5.5. Sammy a 4. He was drunk, I think you meant. I'm not sure he was drunk, mate. Tom Hudson 5 played okay. Right, okay. Whew, not often you give low scores for Fernandinho, but looking at this, a few 4s, got 6s, so he can't score a 6 because, all right, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, mind you, there's 4 7s, and there's a load of 6s, so no, we can give him a 6. So I'm going to give Fernandinho a 6. There you go. So Fernandinho gets a 6 from you guys. So on to the general, Otamendi. I'm dreading what some of you might think about Otamendi's performance yesterday, but fill your boots. Ray J says 5.5 played okay, but should be kicking on by now. Who kicking on by now? Fernandinho? So on to Otamendi for yesterday. Yusuf gives him a 6. Ryan Curry 6.5. He wasn't that bad. 8 good bits of defending, made a goal stopping, blocked, and everything bad he did all came from Zinchenko mistakes. He had to do the job of 3 men yesterday. Wow. Good points. Aaron Booth 3 for Otamendi. Kamal Otamendi. Big jumps as they're coming through. Otamendi 4.5. I've said it for ages. Liability. I disagree, but 4.5. Always a cock up in him. Chris Baker generally poor at 4. Tom Hudson 6. Always plays with passion. Love the guy. Jack Lee a 6. Kiam a 2. Blue Moon 2020 a 5. Sammy a 6. Mingy Wong a 4. Lankow a 5. Manchester Blue 2007 a 5. Dylan Johnson, Argentine Phil Jones. Mervyn Thomas a 6. Peter Curry a 4. Ayub a 5. Shadow 6. Took 1 for the team and got lucky with the outcome on Fred. So 6. Hamza Bean a 6. Scott Williams 5. Sorry, my chat is behind. It's all right, mate. Mark the Blue a 4. Chunu gives him a 5. Let's go back and see what the ratings were. So, Stu Brennan, Fernandinho seemed to have the game in the cushion of his instep until the United goal, but still kept his head a 7. Nicholas Otamendi, lucky to escape a penalty shout for yet another clumsy lunge at Fred, vulnerable throughout and gave him a 3. A 3? God, yeah, my God. He's harsh. Stu Brennan today. Phil Foden, Andy, and myself. Very clever. Very funny, whoever you are. Bodat, 4.5. He was poor, but he had to cover a lot. Ivor says Otamendi was the only one showing any passion, but he'll get judged on his pass because folk are idiots. Thought he was our best defender. A 6. Wouldn't it be easier if people just wrote the scores? Just a thought. Yeah, maybe. Dudley Lewis, they used his pace against him, a 4.5. Ray J says Otter 6, played okay, but I get nervous when he's involved in the immediate play. Every single mistake on my notes for Nico Zinchenko has one. That exact min that led to it. Gundo and Sterling offered that left side, no support, but I knew Nico would get blamed by the fans. Some good points there, Ryan. Certainly no higher than a 5. Hasn't got the pace. Stu enjoying the hospitality a little too much. I think he was yesterday. What's Stu been drinking today? I have absolutely no idea. He's definitely on one, whatever he is. So let me take a look back. Real mixed bag here. Gone from 6s to 6.5s to 4s to 3s to 2s to 4s to 5s. Otamendi can't get more than a 5.5, I'm afraid. Yeah, 5.5 for the general. It is what it is. They're your scores, not mine, remember. Right, moving into our midfield. And that was Rodri for yesterday. What were your thoughts on Rodri? Gaming TV, yo, remember me? Yes, I do. What Stu been drinking? Yes, said that one. Either Blue Moon 2020, it's a fan channel. We'll say what we want. Well, there you go. Yeah, you're entitled to, as long as you don't swear. Everyone's got an opinion. You can disagree. That's what it's all about. Not all about disagreeing, but if you want to disagree, you can disagree. As long we won't block anyone's, won't put people in timeout unless you're rude, unless you're swearing or just spamming, then you will go. It's that simple. Rodri, Shadow Rundown 5, Aaron Booth 4, Ryan Curry nosing. Oh God, yeah, I'll come back to him. Ryan. Good shout. Sorry, mate. Thanks for reminding me. Yusuf a 6, Hamza Bean a 5, Mingy Wong a 5, Chris Baker a 5, Aaron Booth maybe a 4.5, maybe. Kiam a 5, Rodri 5.5, didn't really notice him. Phil Foden, tell Kiam that I'm better at FIFA than him. I even beat Raheem and Kyle. Okay. Manchester a blue gives him a 5. Scotland's a 5. Blue Moon. Yeah, I have noticed, Kid. You do have a lot to say. Kid. Good luck with that one, Blue Moon 2020. Jack Lee, 5. Mervyn Thomas, 5.5. Bodak, 5. Tom Hudson, Zinchenko. Yes, I'm going to do it. Did Zinchenko play? No, we didn't. Well, that's why we're not scoring him. Yes, I'll do it in a minute, Chris. Ryan, 5.5. Another game where I didn't notice him playing. Mark the Blue, 5.45. Turned up. That's about it. Kamal, Andy, are we just forgetting Zinchenko? Yes, sorry. Yes, I'm going to do it. Ayub, 5. Peter Curry, 5. Chonu, 5.5. Lankau, 5. Rodri 6, Samir Slow 5, Rodri was his usual ostrich self 4, Dudley Lewis 4.5, Aguero 3. Aguero, we've not even got to Aguero, mate. Where have you got Aguero from? Kid, grow up, yeah. Gaming TV 620. I don't dislike Man City, but we will slap you guys Wednesday. Okay, yeah, of course you will. Scott Williams, bit harsh, Tom. Shadow Rundown, can't wait to see the people's response for Zinky's ratings. I could have just said I'm keeping that one back to the end, but no. Blue Rabbit, yep, kid. Blue Rabbit, yep, kid. Right, chill out, you two. I know Ivor well, so you know. Rodri, poor, and he's boring. 5. I hate Man U. So everyone, apart from United fans, right? Okay, let's get Rodri done. Whoa. Got another mix bag here. Right, Rodri's getting a 5 from you guys. Which, go on then, here we go. You asked for it. We're going to go for Zinky next. So let me get rid of Rodri. Let me find my image of Zinky. There you go, Zinchenko. Please don't be too harsh. Aaron Booth, we've done Edison right at the beginning, mate. Right, here we go. Zinchenko. Peter Curry gives him a 3. Yusuf gives him a 4. Where can we start with this twit? Absolutely shocking. Can we play with 10 men against Madrid? Because I don't want him anywhere near. I rate him a 2 for the derby. Wow. Is your golden 49 undefeated? Oh, God, gaming. Come on. You don't want me to put you in a timeout, do you? It's up to you. You want a bit of banter, that's fine. Great. But we're doing ratings. Come back in a bit if you want to have a bit of banter. We'll happily have you on. Because let's face it, apart from the Invincibles, God, you've been embarrassing since then. 0.5, getting the hell out. Wow, that's a bit harsh, Shadow. Mervyn Thomas 4. Remember, Zinchenko is playing as a left back. He's not naturally a left back. Aaron Booth 2.5 for Zinchenko. 2, hopeless. Miggy Wong 3. Jack Lee at 3. A very generous 3. I'm too kind. Kiam at 2. Wow. Kamal Zinchenko 3 probably didn't play well because his bird was in stand. Thomas, it was hard not to swear when describing this performance. Blue Moon 2020 a 4, Ayub a 4, Bodak 2. That's me being nice. Mark the Blue 3, awful. Manchester Blue Zinc a 4. Ryan Curry 0.5 for convincing Pep to play him. The only player in the country who would make AWB look like Messi running down the wing. I'll take it, you mean obviously Basaka. Zinni a 5, really poor, but everyone around him was poor. We are going to smash the Gunners 4-0. Tabo gives him a 4. Lucas gives him a 4. Sammy a 0.5. Scott Williams 1.5 for putting the shirt over his head. Garbage. Ban his missus from going to games as she's a distraction. She certainly is. Why timeout? Because we're in the middle of it and you're just spamming. That's why. Ray J. Zinky 3 probably needs to be moved on in the summer. Dylan Bailey. Why is he put a left back when he can't defend? Nobody else. Hamza Bean 3. Don't know why, if he was just rusty, but sounded shocking. A 3. Wow. Is this going to be, apart from Edison, is this going to be I've got to go. There's a couple of 4s and 5s, but I'm gonna have to be a bit generous. I'm going to go a 4. Zinchenko gets a 4. That's what I'm going for. There you go. Oh, you're going for. So, Zinchenko, we've done Rodri. Let's move on to Gundogan. What were your thoughts on Gundogan yesterday? Andy, yes, Zinchenko isn't a left back, but if he isn't good enough to get in our midfield, we might as well just get rid of him. Yeah. Stu Brennan, let's see what Stu Brennan gave him. Alex Zinchenko, fine when City were in control, but started giving the ball away too easily. A 5. He actually gave him a 5. So pretty close to some of you guys. Gundogan, a 4. Mingy Wong, 4-0. Yeah, I don't know. He's an Arsenal fan at the end of the day. Arsenal fan. They're 9th in the table. They just don't get it, do they? Bless them. Yusuf, a 4. Shadow Rundown, a 5. Ryan Curry, 4.5. Aaron Gundogan, a 3.5. Ryan Gardner, I think Pep was watching a different game from me when he said we played well. We were talking about that before, Brian. He tends to come out and stick up for the players. Mingy Wong, a 4. Chris Baker gave Gundogan a 6. Ooh, big jump. Mervyn Thomas, a 5. Kamal Gundogan, 5.5. Also didn't notice him. Blue Moon, a 5. Hamza Bean, a 5. Dylan Thomas, 5. Non-effective, really. 44, 4.5. Sick of seeing him start, to be honest. Maybe a 5.5. Tomilton now then. Pep's lover boy can never do anything wrong. A 1.5. Tom, come on. No chance. No chance was he a 1.5 yesterday. Either funny how many MCFC formidables now have to be moved on. It is. Arsenal 9th, but they've still lost less games than us. What does that mean? It's irrelevant, is it? It's not about losing less games. You don't remember how many games did they win to lose? How many games did they draw just to win the Invincibles? Don't really matter because they were Invincibles. So just because they've lost less does not make them a good team, and ends up with them being in 9th. Peter Curry a 4, Ayub 4.5, Jack Lee a 5, Sammy I don't know. 5.5 Ray J. We didn't need Mendy, but rather a little magician for Rodri. Why Gundogan Rodri? We need goals, man. D Stewart 3, Mark the Blue 4.5, Gaming TV 4 goal on Arsenal. You kidding me? Come on, Gaming, you're starting to bore me now. This is your last one. Manchester Blue 2007 4.5, Brian Gardner, all of them 4, including Pep. Where are we up to? Ryan Gundo offered a little going forward and nothing defensively, which did Nico no favours, having to do the job of 3 men. It's going in as 4, but we all know he's good in Europe, but too slow for the Premier League. Tomilton, has he actually got the captain's armband on in that picture? What captain is he? He has in that one. Chunu 4.5, Gundo poor 6. I expect more from a player like him. Dudley Lewis 5. Sorry, I'm back. Mingwang, yeah, great captain he is. We're sorry too. Hey, Chris Baker. I don't have no problems with City fans like I have problems with Man United fans, but City acting like they are a destroyer. Oh. Hey, come on. You're not too bad for a gunner, for a gooner, but you're being a little bit boring now. Martin at a 5. Fad gives him a 4. Okay. So, Gundogan. God, that is... He's going to get a 4.5. I wouldn't give him a 4.5 personally, but hey, it is what it is. Right, moving over to our right wing, midfielder, should say. And he was swapping over with Foden, was Bernardo for yesterday. So what were your thoughts on, forget his comments after the game, what were your thoughts on Bernardo's performance yesterday? Either Gaming TV 620, are you 11, pal? Yeah, he's really pushing it now. He is. Yeah, he's going to go in a minute. You're talking like a child, man. Yeah, he is. Wang is probably 8 years old. Yeah, probably. That's why he'll be going very shortly. I think it's about 6. What are we on about 6 here for Bernardo? We're on about 6 for King. Oh dear God, losing the plot now. Yusuf 6, Shadowrun down to 6, Chris Baker 5. We have no leaders since Company retired. Kamal Bernardo 5, again didn't do much. 4, never in the game. Hamza Bean 4, Peter Curry 5.5, Scott Williams 5, Mingy Wong 5, invisible. Tom Hudson, he got soaked walking home from school. He's not in the best of places. Not enough service, a 6, says Lancal. Mark the Blue a 5, Mervyn a 5.5, Blue Moon a 4, Ayub a 5, Tom rate him a 5 just because of his interview. D. Stewart Bernardo 4, hardly noticed he was playing. Dylan Johnson 4, Bernardo wasn't in the game. Ryan 5, poor game, but should have stayed on, and Gundo should have been subbed instead. Manchester is blue, 3.5, didn't do what he was on the pitch. Chunu, a 3.5. Ray gives Bernardo a 5. Let's take a look at what was Stu Brennan's thoughts on Rodri. Fought valiantly gained control in the pack midfield, but his game also suffered as the pressure mounted. He gave Rodri a 6. Bernardo, industrious and clever at times, but his match-changing ability has been in short supply lately, and gave him a 6 as well. Ilkay Gundogan pieced things together well in City's better moments, but there was not enough of them. A 6. Wow. So, let's see, is there any more for any more? Bernardo, worst game in a City shirt, says Ivor, awful, 5. Poor performance, 5, says Samir. Dudley Lewis, very quiet game, 5.5. And his jam sandwiches got wet in his lunchbox. Play Leroy Sane. Why stick Foden out wide? I think he was trying to push them. Wide, mate. That's harsh, Tom. Right. Bernardo then. Bernardo's getting a 5. He gets a 5. Wasn't his greatest game, but then again, he's not been at his best this season, which leaves us over to somebody who we were all very, very excited about. Felt a bit sorry for him yesterday, and that was Phil Foden. Wasn't a great game by him, if I'm being honest. A nice little shot, but apart from that, fine. Then his Star of the Week certificate. Yeah, let's play somebody who's just come back from a 6-month injury. So let's talk about Phil Foden. So Brian Gardner gives Phil Foden a 4. Yusuf, a generous 5. He should have done himself a favour, but. Chris Baker a 5.5. Brian Gardner a 5. Hamza Bean a 6. Mingy Wong 5. Kamal Dwyer, Foden 5. Didn't have any service. Tom isn't ready to play the big games, as can be seen last night, a 5. Blue Moon 2020 a 4.5. Peter Curry a 5. Ryan Curry 5.5. Don't think he touched the ball in the first half, but did a bit when he moved centrally. Ayub a 5. Shadow Rundell 6. Wish he played in midfield with Silva. Chanu gives him a 5. Mark the Blue a 5. Samir, not his position, a 6. Chanu, we wanted Foden. We got Foden playing out position. Did he look lost? Hold on a minute. Right, listen, guys. Yes, with the Foden thing and the playing out wide. Remember, he played out wide against Villa at Wembley in a cup final and got man of the match. You know, now we put him in the same position against United, which isn't a cup final, and was significantly a lesser game than, you could say, winning a cup, even though it was a derby. He just, he was really pushing, hugging that touchline last night, and I agree, he definitely played better when he came inside. But, Still had the opportunity to shine, but wasn't fantastic. Mark the Blue 5. We wanted Foden. We got Foden. Manchester's Blue 4.3. You can't put 4.3, mate. Chanub a 5. Mervyn a 5. 4. He's not ready, but looked better in midfield. He was good. Ray J, don't forget, he wasn't ready, but he was man of the match in the cup final last weekend. Dudley Lewis played better down the middle, 6. Looked better when he came into midfield. That's usually what happens when you play midfield in the midfield. Foden isolated himself at times, and Bernardo stitched him up 2. Sorry, Phil. 5 for me. 6, the only player who had a shot. D. Stewart 7, first derby in the league. What you expect when he doesn't get a chance often enough. 4, lost a glimmer of hope when he moved into the middle, but a learning curve for him at least. We all know he would have been hurting after that result, and he said that in his interview. Did he said Manchester is red? No, Manchester is blue. What? Right. It's definitely boring me now. Did anyone watch the cup final? Did anyone watch the cup final? I watched it. I was there. Williams had him all day out wide. Playing a championship team just about in the Prem versus playing a top club. Are you Pep out or Pep in? What a stupid question. I should put you in. I should just remove you from the channel for even asking that. Kamal Dwyer, playing on the wing against Villa is so different compared to playing against United at Old Trafford on the wing. Yeah, it is. Your point is what? It's a cup final. It's a massive, massive occasion. A massive occasion. He was playing against an 18-year-old kid. Point is, and for me, I'm all in for Foden getting opportunities. Absolutely all in for him. At the end of the day. My point is, people are now saying he's not ready, he's not this, he's not the other. He played in a cup final last Sunday and got man of the match. Massive parts of Manchester are red, other parts of Manchester blue. It's that simple. I noticed we don't play Man U with intensity this season. We haven't. No, we haven't. What a ridiculous question. Yeah, no. But you get it. Right, so Phil Foden gets a 5. Phil Foden gets a 5 from you guys. This one's going to be interesting. What were your thoughts on somebody who, let's face it, for the last few months has not been playing well at all? And that is Raheem Sterling. What's Pep ever done for us? I think that says it all, Chris. Foden is ready when actually he plays in his position. Ryan Curry, I think we should get rid of Pep and go get Big Sam. He never can see goals like that. D. Stewart gives Sterling a 5, Chris Baker a 3, Yusuf a 5, Brian Gardner a 4. Your score prediction against Madrid at Etihad. We're not doing that now, mate, because it's 9 days away. We'll do that nearer the time. Mingyu Wong a 3, Dylan 4, still in Wan-Bissaka's pocket. Ayub a 4, Blue Moon, Stone a 3, Peter Curry a 4, Kamal, Sterling 5. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't good. Mark the Blue 3, Samir 3, Shadow Rundown 5, needs to be dropped for Jesus. Gomez has scarred him for life. Ryan Curry 4, another poor game. Chona 3, Mervyn Thomas at 5. Lang, I reckon we should play Mahrez left wing and Bernardo right wing. Okay, but we do play Bernardo right wing on occasions. Manchester Blue, I think we should play Sterling right wing, if I'm being honest. Manchester Blue 4, either Raz and Baffled Andy 4, the worst player on the pitch. Again, Scott Williams 4.5. Last night I wanted him out, but in the cold light day, he just shot confidence. Need the proverbial one up his backside. Yeah. Whittaker pocketed Sterling. Peter Curry, FA Cup game against Newcastle, 21st of March on BBC One. There you go. Has that just been announced? 21st of March. Which I think it was anyway. I think that was announced the other day, but it's on BBC One. Hamza being 44. It won't make any difference to us because it's away. The away games always get sold out anyway. Hamza being a 44. 2 absolute garbage. Can't beat a fullback anymore. Powder puff shooting. This 3-month slump shows no sign of ending anytime soon. Ray J, Raz 4, severe poor form right now, but no way I could ever sell him. Channel 5, is he He is my guy, but he was lost. I'm not trying hard enough. Brian Gardner could not score in a brothel. Dudley lose 3.5. Line crash 5.5. What else we got? Kevin De Bruyne back in training. That's good news. Kamal Sterling wasn't the worst player on the pitch either. Are you forgetting Zinchenko play? Yeah, I think he might have. Or might have just overlooked Zinchenko on that one. Let's just see. He's not getting some good scores here. Raheem Sterling, I think. Let's just see what did Stu Brennan say about Phil Foden. He said, set up Sterling for the first real chance, tested De Gea, but struggled when central. He said struggled when central, 5. Raheem Sterling could not find his way past Wan-Bissaka, was inches short, turning an equaliser from a Mahrez cross, 5. Wow. So you guys are harsher than Stu Brennan by it looks, because you guys are giving him a 4. So there you go. Sterling gets a 4. When Gomez launched him, he knocked his confidence out of him. That's how I see it. He's not been the same since that England thing. I don't think he's also been the same since Arteta's left, if I'm being honest. KDB is irreplaceable, he is. What is it with Raheem? He seemed unstoppable just a few months ago. I think there's lots of other stuff in it. Part of football is also psychological as well. But anyway, that's Raheem Sterling. Let's move on to somebody else who, you know, as much as he's just an absolute talisman for Manchester City, he's not at the top of his game at the moment. And that's Sergio. City better beat Arsenal. United fan. Yeah, you'll be all over that one, won't you, mate? Kamal, will Raheem ever score against United? And his self-appointed role of being an ambassador hasn't helped. I think there's so many things, Scott Williams. I think only people on the inside will probably have a good idea. You know, we're on the outside looking in, and we can say it's this and that. We don't really know. Rankari 5, put Maguire on the floor 13 minutes in, and that was all he did yesterday. Hamza Bean a 5, Yusuf a 5, Shadow 7.5, shame he didn't get the goal. Chris Baker 5.5, Kamal Dwyer, Sergio 5, he looked sharp but had 0 service. Kamal Dwyer, I expect more from world-class players, pal. Zinni is not world-class levels, pal, levels. Mingy Wong 6, Brian Garner 5, no service. Mark the Blue 5, Peter Curry a 5, Chunu a 7, Chanherb a 6, Aguero was robbed. I still think he was onside. And my biggest gripe is the linesman shouldn't have put his flag up because it was that close. Should have let the VAR deal with it. 6, Aguero was robbed. Sammy, not good, 5. Scott Williams, 5. Ray J, a 6. Aguero. D. Stewart, 6.5. Robbed by VAR. Aguero was the sharpest City player on the pitch. Ivor Kun started on fire. First 15 was great. Then he died. 6. No service, a 5.5. Dudley Lewis, blooming. Sergio not been the same since he got this new piece of Totti. He's not been. He hasn't been great for a couple of months. You know, he's had a couple of decent games and a few goals, but I mean, he hasn't been. You know, he's a typical Sergio. That's why I was surprised he started yesterday. I would have personally in my lineup I had Jesus, but hey, Pep's the man. Ayub gives Sergio a 5. Right, okay. Ooh, well, he's certainly getting higher scores, but I can't give him a 6 because not enough of them. But Sergio gets a 5.5 from you guys. What does Stu Brennan say? Started well with a Maguire nutmeg and Shaw robbery, but grew out of the game and gave him a 6. So we had 2 subs that came on and we're going to score them. One of them was Riyad Mahrez because he got enough game time. He came on a 59th minute. So what were your thoughts on that? He's knackered and he probably is playing in 2020. Maybe that's his problem. Shadow rundown. We can't say they are robbed us. We got lucky when they should have had a pen. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, we can argue all day long. We could say that it was never a free kick in a million years. Why he gave it when he wasn't even looking? He just heard Bruno Fernandes crying like a big baby on the floor and gave it when he didn't really see it because it clearly wasn't. But then it was a poor effort from Edison to save it. We had the penalty. That should have been a penalty. Even though he was exaggerating like mad, there was still a touch. Then again, Aguero was onside and the lino flagged it when he shouldn't have done. He should have let it continue and let VAR deal with it. So, will we see a different lineup against Arsenal? I think we will. So, Mahrez, Brian Gardner at 5, Chris Baker at 6. Mahrez did freshen the game up 5.5, Ayub 6, Mingu on 5, Ryan Corey 7.5, completely lit up our team and made 3 very good chances. Man of the match for us. 3 very good chances. Don't know what they were. 5 for Mahrez, Mark the Blue 5, Chunu 7.5, Hamza Bean a 7, Bruno gets a 10. His okay 6.5, 7 for Riyadh, looks bright, would have been higher if we won 7. He was winding the left back up. 6.5 through gritted teeth, has been one of our most consistent players and don't get why we keep dropping him when he's doing okay. Didn't have a great game in his last game, though. I know Tech 8. You woke up now, Cal. Right, Mahrez, I think, gets a good score from you guys. So we've got 5s, we've got 7s, 7.5s. So Mahrez gets a 6.5, which is probably the highest score out there so far. So we had Mahrez coming on, and at the same time, we brought on Gabby. So what were your thoughts on Gabby? Gabby J yesterday. Dudley Lewis 5.5 to a 6. Ivan Mahrez ran about for a little bit. Did he change anything? No. Number 6 should have started. I don't think he changed much. He was that cross, wasn't he? But apart from that, I don't think he did much else. But yeah, maybe he should have started. Regardless scores, Martin would have been heartbroken. Chris Baker, Bruno is easier to knock over than Frankie. Chris Baker gives Gabby J a 5, Brian Gardner a 5, Shadow a 6, Jesus also looked sharp 5.5, Hamza being a 6, Mingy Wong a 6. Just while you're doing that, let me see what Stu Brennan said about Riyad Mahrez. He said, brought a threat 7. For Gabby, he says, lively cameo, a 6. Well, not gonna do the final sub because there wasn't enough time. It was 78 minutes, so well, he has to do 70 minutes to get in. So we're just gonna do Gabby and Mahrez. Samir gives him a 5.5. Ryan Mahrez put 2 balls alone through the 6-yard box. No one gambled on. Maybe they weren't that great then. 5 says Chunu. Ryan a 6. Cal. But Bruno makes more deliveries than Amazon. 4 for Jesus. Ayuba 6. Mark the Blue 5.5. Gabby 6.5. Look lively. Wish he started. 5. Should have started in my opinion. Dudley Lewis. Gabby a 5.5. I know Tech a 6. I can't give him any more than a 6. And I can't give him a 6 because there's too many 5s and 5.5. So Gabby gets a 5.5 from you guys. So... right, that's Jesus. So we're gonna have to score the man because I'm sure a lot of you will be happy, unhappy, in between, objective, subjective, annoyed, apathetic, but whatever you want to do, there you go. Jesus is scared of crosses. Only just managed to come on. I only have 3 players. I want to give a mark to, says Stephen Paul Dempster. Don't worry about it, mate. We're going in a second. We've been on for an hour, nearly an hour and 20 now. Phyllis, Gabby did his usual thing, worked hard and fell over all the time. Yeah, he does. Bless him. So for Pep, this is the final one before we go. Pep, Hamza Bean gives Pep a 5. Cal Blundell, this is going to be fun. He gives him a 4. Ayub a 3. He's not on the pitch though, is he? At the end of the day. At the end of the day, I think Pep was getting, 9s, 9.5s against Madrid. He wasn't on the pitch then. It was the players. So, well, we've got 5s, 4, 3. Mingy 1, 5. Zinchenko 0. Cancelo 0. Gundogan 0. Ryan Gardner 4, he cocked up. Chris Baker a 5. Ryan Curry, Pep 3. Wrong team, which was obvious. Tactics were poor. Oh, here we go. Post-match. We're all great in hindsight. Pep 6, the players he chose were good enough to beat them. Pep physically can't kick every ball. The players need to be responsible. Well said, Kamal Dwyer. Mark the Blue 5, Shadow 6, Samir 4, Stephen Paul, Pepper 0, Scott Williams 4. Second half was good. Blue Moon 20, Pep scores 5. Pep out. I think Pep is just giving some players more minutes. Either Pep still picked a side capable of beating the Rags, players let him down. I'm still giving him a 5. Walker should have started. I think Walker should have started yesterday. I think it was the wrong decision. I actually read somebody who said maybe Walker should have started as a centre-back yesterday. Thought that possibly was a good shout. Ray J737, Pep 6, Anode 0. Don't be daft. Dudley Lewis 5, players let him down. Yeah, I think the players did let him down yesterday. They certainly let him down. That was certainly a good enough team, in my opinion, to go out there and do far better. I'm not saying go out there and blow United away, because it is at Old Trafford. United are playing on the up at the moment and doing quite well. So I'm not saying that we should go out and destroy United, but certainly expect the players between themselves. Let's face it, you have got lots of internationals on the pitch. And if somebody, a leader, doesn't come forward and say, come on, get your act together, what are you doing? I want to see more. Then, Pep can only do so much from the sidelines. And I'm sure he was bitterly disappointed with some of the effort by the players yesterday. And application, certainly. But, hey, here's Andy. You can say post-match, but it's literally all I said before the game. He's still the second best manager behind me on the career mode. I think he could care less about this game. Shadow, hopefully he is learning that some of them aren't cutting the mustard. Got a huge headache in finding a replacement for Coney as Scott Williams. Yeah, he wouldn't if Mbappe came on the market, though. I agree. I think he's giving players a chance in big games to see if he's going to keep them or not. Guys, don't be harsh. Pep's a great manager. I got free curry, including starters after the derby, so I'm not asked. It was a good. Well done, Ivor. Hey, can't beat a free curry, mate. Okay, Pep gets a 5. There you go. But that's it. That's it for today. That's the lineup. I thought the fans were amazing in the stadium. Lots and lots of noise, as usual. You don't expect anything different from City fans and away fans in particular. They are what they are. They're just absolutely incredible on the road. So, bitterly disappointing result. I don't think anybody who's a proper City fan would walk away from that going, oh, yeah, it don't really matter. Of course it matters. It's a derby. But at the end of the day, in the bigger scheme of things, it's not affecting us too much in the Premier League. And let's face it, we've got Arsenal on Wednesday night, Burnley coming up at the weekend, and then we've got the big one. And that is the big one, the Madrid game, because our focus should be on the FA Cup and the Champions League, as long as we don't get beat by Arsenal, because that would be embarrassing, getting beat by an Arsenal team. God. But hopefully, it's at the Etihad. Hopefully, we can turn up, and hopefully we can put yesterday's performance first and result second to bed there. But I'll come back and I'll just read your final questions before I go. I might have a Lambooner tonight. James 2-0. Kamal, that will definitely be aggressive in the market. Shadow rundown, it's irrelevant. But do you think Liverpool can beat Madrid to go through in the Champions League? Manchester Blue 2007 on that, showing Pep 3 after that. Real Madrid game, it could be bumped to 7 or 8. Carl Blundell, I would manage City and put Sterling goal and Edison on the right wing. Problem sorted. Either I'm going to have to cook Sunday tea on my Monday, as I wasn't in the right mood. Last night, didn't want to poison the missus. I wasn't on the Madrid rating stream, but Pep would have got a 6 from me. He got a 9.5, Ryan. Chono 4. Ivor says, Scott Williams, nothing puts me off my scrum pal, nothing. Mingy Wong, hope you enjoy your meal, Ivor. Paul, one thing, Andy, do you think Martial was offside for his goal? I thought he was offside when I saw it, and then they showed you an extremely quick VAR that people will say, no, he wasn't. I thought he looked it, and to be honest with you, I haven't watched it back. So maybe he was just onside, I don't know. Martial was nowhere near offside, there you go. So I think it was a question, no need to put laugh out loud, Ryan, don't be a child. It was a simple question. So, Manchester City fan, when Madrid scored against us, you could see De Bruyne screaming at the defence. And of course we missed Kevin De Bruyne yesterday. massively. Huge player. Mingy won slow cut pork ribs in homemade smoky barbecue sauce tonight. Very nice. I'm making a. What am I making? I'm making a tortellini with beef mince with mozzarella and parmesan bake. Edison was well offside. I'm not going to lie, it was good free kick. My hairline is offside. Marshall was onside, Andy. Yeah, I like I said, when I first saw it, I thought, was he offside? I don't know, because I only saw it very quick. I was trying to watch Martin's watch along whilst watching the game as well. What happened to Eric Garcia? Well, he didn't come on. His head was offside. Martial was offside. Wow, looks tasty. From a United fan point of view, City got to invest a lot in the side this summer to keep up with Liverpool. Lots of important players too old. Don't think they'll invest tons of money, mate, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of City fans mainly thought it was going to be difficult. It was going to be hard to go back to back to back. Did we think it was going to be as disappointing in the Premier League, let's say? I didn't think we'd have as difficult season, let's say. And Liverpool have been, way by far the best team in the Premier League, and there's nothing you can say about that. At the end of the day, we won the Community Shield. We've won the Carabao Cup. We've got 2 trophies in the bag. We're in the next round of the FA Cup. We're 2-1 up going into the next leg against Madrid to hopefully send us through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So there's still a lot to play for. And let's face it, if we were to win 2 or even 3, we were to win a treble, if we were to win FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, whatever Liverpool do this season will be irrelevant. It'll only be for them because they've not won it in 30 years. So, Sofian, hi, I'm going now. Spanish Dave, Cal, Aguero may have been offside. It was checked by VAR, he was offside. Tortellini and garlic mushroom cream sauce, pal. Very nice. Well, I'm doing tortellini, but it's in a mince. It's in a red wine mince with oregano and chili flakes that I've got brought back from Italy. That I've been in isolation for 2 weeks. And with a load of mozzarella and parmigiano on the top of it. So that's going in the oven for 30 minutes, and that should be very nice. Centre back, left back, full back, and forward. And if Sané goes, and Marquis signing. Is the Etihad going to be full for the Arsenal game? Any of you going? Yes, we'll be there. Martin's going. Will it be full? I doubt it, because there's already loads of City fans when the game was rearranged saying, well, I can't make it. I'm not here. Blah, 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 blah. And there are still tickets available on the website. So I very much doubt it'll be full. I'm guessing it'll be 45,000. But apart from that, no, I can't see it being full, if I'm being honest with you. And is yet another rearranged fixture. So anyway, guys, Etihad won't be full, rescheduled midweek game. Are you back tomorrow, Andy? No, I'm not here, I'm working. So I'm not back. Martin is going to try and come on where possible and do a live vlog. Might be a quick one tomorrow. I'm going to go and record the preview with Arsenal Fan TV or AFTV, the Young Guns with Babs. So I'm going to do the preview video. That'll be out on the channel at some point tomorrow. So you might see that. You might see Martin back. But if not, I'll try and get back Wednesday, if possible. Depends on what time I come back. And if I can get back early enough, I'll try and do a watch along. But I can't promise anything. But we will be there. So go over, see Martin at the Etihad. Go and have a chat with him. Go and do some fan cams with him. And then we'll be putting together our usual vlogs for the stuff anyway. But don't forget, check in tomorrow. I want to say a massive thank you. The watch along last night, I think it's at 3,500 views already. So amazing. Absolutely incredible. And don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Make sure your settings are set to private. That way you'll know, public, sorry, not private. That way you'll know straight away when a new video is posted. But guys, thank you so much for your support. Onwards and upwards to 13,000 subscribers. I doubt we'll get that before the end of the season. If the season does in fact go ahead, we'll wait and see. City should be panic buying left backs. I'd get back up. Goalkeeper, says Kamal. I have a spare for the Arsenal game, says Ivor. There you go. I may not be there on Wednesday, says Ming Yuan. We moaned some City goals were too close for VAR to call. Martial was too close to call, onside for me. I'm having bangers and mash. There you go, guys. Listen, have a wonderful evening. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.